things, there were sand and hills and rain. The first thing I met was a fly with a buzz and the sky with no clouds. The heat was hot and the ground was dry, but the air was full of sound. I've been through the desert on a horse with no name. It felt good to be out of the rain. In the desert, you can't remember your name, because there ain't no one for to give you no pain. La, 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 la.
And Friday is officially here.
Okay.
And there are extra guests in the room.
What happened to the music? It's gone.
The music is gone.
Zaddy, do you not want it anymore? No, I want the music. No, there's no more music. Oh, yeah.
Can we introduce, just tell us the first letter of your name. We'll start with the person over on the couch. Just the first letter.
No, it doesn't.
Don't give your full name. Don't give your full name.
Z.
Okay. And the other person on the couch, what's the first letter of your name?
I.
Alright, so Z. And what's the first letter of your name?
Z.
Z. Okay, that's all we know. These are the Z's.
The Z's. These are my kids.
Zoe Z is the
Silent Z.
So I go C-E-K. Now we're spelling it?
And now,
So what is today? What is today on the...
Friday.
It is Friday, but what is today in the sense of the Christian
Oh my gosh,
faith?
Ralphie can drink.
I know what it's about, but I forget what it's called.
This is good. Zeke, wait a minute, hold on. Zeke, what are you freaking out about?
He can drink stuff.
He can drink stuff.
Ralph, you can drink stuff.
The robot can drink stuff.
It's oil.
Stop it.
Stop it.
So we have told the children that Ralph is a robot who
He
loves
really is.
California.
He looks like it.
And he drinks.
And he drinks.
And he-
I've seen a robots are becoming more and more like humans every day, people.
Because Joe Biden likes it.
What are you doing?
Sorry, we're working on our politics.
Because we are.
Have Zoe done this before?
No, she has.
So you're voting for Hillary Clinton in 2024?
No, we're voting for Donald Trump if he ever comes back.
Oh, I can't.
All right, so this is Good Friday. Why do we call it Good Friday? This is,
I have no
this is
idea.
okay, we're going to learn about it. But why do we call it Good Friday? Go ahead, Z.
Yes, we're good.
The taller Z.
Okay. I think that it's because that he died on the cross today at some time today.
Yeah,
died
he was actually taken into custody sometime late in the evening, early morning of
Can I say something?
this day, and then he was tortured, and then he was before the Roman curator Pilate, and then after that, he was sent to the cross to be crucified. Now, what is good about that?
Because he saved us from all not going to hell, because he died for our sins, so we could have a chance to go to heaven.
Okay, all right, that's a good answer.
Six,
That's actually probably the normal answer that most people would give, and that's true. That is true.
Everyone's happy because we're doing Easter.
That is true. Some
Not
people are happy.
today.
Some people will come to church on Easter Sunday because it'll make them feel good, and then they'll not come to church ever again until next Easter. That's good. We'll do that.
He just said you were auto-tuned.
Sorry.
Yeah, she said you're auto-tuned.
No. She just said it
All right,
sounds
listen,
like
you guys have to stop. Take your hands off the mic. Okay. You over there with the hair, you have to stop bumping the table. Okay. Now let's be professional about this.
So Zeke,
What?
are you excited about going to heaven someday?
No, I stay in the house.
Yeah. I would want to stay in your... Well, I don't want to stay in your house. But if I were you, I'd probably want to stay in my house, too. Because it is what you know, right?
Yeah.
But the Bible
Can I
tells us
see
that
my dogs?
heaven is going to be a beautiful place. But the main thing about heaven is that Jesus is going to be there. So when Jesus said that he died so that we'd go to heaven, really what that means is he died so that we could be in relationship with him forever. It's not necessarily about going to a place. It's being in relationship with him, our God, because he created us. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right, very good. So then Good Friday is what we celebrate today. What are we going to celebrate in a couple days on Sunday?
Okay, can I say something? Yes.
Yeah, do it.
That's not saying something.
It's funny, but it's not saying.
What are you gonna say? Nothing.
Nothing.
What was your question again?
So what are we going to celebrate in a couple days? So today's Good Friday. We call it good because Jesus died for our sins.
Yep.
And if we trust in him, we have a relationship with him. But what are we going to celebrate in a couple days?
I have no idea.
In 2 days, we're gonna celebrate how God resurrected from the grave.
What do we call the day?
The Kinder? What?
Yes, it's Kinder.
Kinder.
Obviously, that's
Like
what I
Kinder
meant.
Joy, the chocolate?
No, like Easter. Dingle Fritz.
Ralphie, hear me?
Easter Sunday.
Can Ralphie hear me?
Or to some of us who are more religious, we call it Resurrection Sunday.
I don't think
Which I never-
Ralphie can hear me. I don't
I never understood because I try and call Halloween Reformation Day, but no one gets that.
Oh, man, no, that's good.
No.
So we're just going to keep calling it Easter.
Yeah, we'll just keep calling it Easter.
Because we love to say the name of Ishtar, or Ishtar, the Babylonian goddess of the morning and the evening.
Okay, listen.
All right?
Everybody who is under the age of 10 and a half,
I'm not 10.
I know, that's why it's perfect, has to go play.
Okay.
But tell everybody, see you later.
Bye.
Bye.
That was fun.
It was really good having you.
Thank you for coming to the show.
Yep.
We'll sit out in the garage and watch you clowns later.
Okay.
All right. We may call you back in for a close.
Bye-bye, Ralphie.
Ralph, they said bye-bye, Ralphie the robot.
Bye, Ralphie.
Goodbye.
He said goodbye. Very nice. All right, those kids are cool.
Are they?
Yeah, they're cool kids.
I can't find my shoes, and I took them off.
See, you spoke too soon.
Okay.
I don't know where they're at. Go ask your mother. She'll know where they're at.
Don't worry.
All right. Now
So-
for serious business.
So seriously, what do you think it's like to ride a horse when you don't know its name?
I think it's like riding any other horse that you know.
Uh-huh.
It just doesn't have a name. You're just like, I don't know what your name is, bud, but thanks for giving me a ride.
It's a stallion.
Oh.
Yeah.
Then you write a song about it, like that horse with no name.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Did you listen? You can't hear our songs, can you?
No.
That's what we played today.
So sad.
Ah.
Yeah. We really missed it last week. We should have played it last week.
And I really don't know why you'd be going through a desert with a horse. Wouldn't you have a camel?
I would rather have a horse.
Me too.
Depends on how big the desert is.
So this is serious talk for a serious Friday.
Yeah, we are much more serious than the kids.
Yeah. So Matt decided, Ralph, to title our podcast today "The Bible Lies."
No, the title is "We Got a New Mouse."
Oh.
Yeah, because we do. We have a new trackball mouse.
Yeah.
Thank you for finally getting it.
Uh-huh.
I'm much happier.
Yes. That's what's important.
And the description is "The Bible Lies," because it wasn't 3 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Ralph, we're going to tackle this question today. Was Jesus in the grave for 3 days? And if he wasn't, does that mean the disciples were mistaken or Jesus lied when he said, as the Son of Man will be in the heart of the earth for 3 days, just as Jonah was in the belly of the fish for 3 days and 3 nights?
It's that argument that you have with your atheist friends when and they go, see, it's not 3 days, so the Bible's not real. Duh.
Right.
It's that conversation.
Yeah.
Well, you got to go off the Jewish day. It starts in the evening.
Okay, so sun up to sundown. So that means on Friday before 6 o'clock, they had to break their legs because they didn't want to go against the Sabbath.
Be on the Sabbath.
So they broke the legs. They come to Jesus. He's already dead. They spear him. John says blood and water pours out. They bring him down. They wrap him in clothes, and they get him in the grave by 6 o'clock on Friday night. But by early Sunday morning, before it was light out, they get there the first day of the week, and the ladies recognize that the stone's been rolled away. So if you go Friday at 6 to Saturday at 6 would be 1, and now he's raised Sunday. That's literally a day and not even a day and a half.
Well, it didn't happen on Friday. It happened on Monday, Thursday.
See, this is where I told you. Some people think that the calendar and everything that happened different. Ralph, do you know enough to describe that? Or can
No.
you? Oh. Seriously?
No, but so it happened Thursday is when he was handed over and everything started happening. And then by nighttime, which was already Friday, it happened. So you got like Thursday into Friday, Friday into Saturday, Saturday into Sunday. He was raised. That's 3 days.
Yeah, but it's still not technically 48 hours. Or, I mean, 72 hours.
Thursday to Friday, Friday to Saturday, Saturday to Sunday.
Yeah, but he was raised early in the morning before it was light out on when we don't even know, because when they got to the tomb, it wasn't light out and he was already gone.
I'm not sure the Bible says it had to be like however many hours. Isn't that something we just added?
Well, let's go back to
It
your...
says 3 days. It was 3 days.
I know,
Why
but
you gotta make it complicated?
Yeah, but so we have Good Friday. So Friday to Saturday, Saturday to Sunday is 48 hours and some change.
Yeah.
But it was Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Ah, you're a Thursday guy. We found him.
Yeah.
You mean it was evening on Thursday, which would be called Friday morning in Jewish times?
Yes. Yeah.
So Ralph...
Haven't you ever been to a Monday, Thursday service?
No, we don't do that.
We don't do that.
That's for Methodists.
Yeah,
That's not for Methodists.
That's what
That's for
Californians-
Lutherans
that's
who
what-
invented the Protestant faith.
Californians do.
Lutherans invented the Protestant faith?
Seriously? You
Why
didn't
didn't
know
they
this?
call it Lutherist instead
They
of
used to
Protestant
call
or
it-
Lutheran?
It is used Lutheranism because they changed it. They had like all the different branches off of it.
Was this from Martin Luther?
Yeah, when he nailed his 95 Thesis on
Yeah.
the doors of Wittenberg in 1517 on October 31st.
I was more familiar with his work, The Jews and Their Lies.
Yeah, that's a good one.
You know, you can hate him all you want to, but you wouldn't even have your religion right now if it wasn't for him. So
I don't hate him. I said I love him.
Well, you know where the word Protestant comes from.
Protesting?
He protested against it with his 95
Yeah,
Thesis.
so we're born out of protest.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
We are. Yeah,
Well, America's born out of protest.
right.
Shh.
We're a bunch of,
Shh. Protest.
people that don't like rules.
You know, it's interesting because we're going through Habakkuk, and Habakkuk talks later on about woe to the one who gets their nation through bloodshed.
So woe to every nation.
I don't know. Yeah. Even God's nation, technically, because he destroyed people groups.
David Miller says,
that.
Scripture says he rose on Sunday. He must have been killed on Thursday.
But even if he was killed on Thursday, he's still not in the grave till Thursday evening. So you got Thursday evening. He would have to come out of the grave Sunday evening to be 3 actual days, 24-hour days.
Right.
So here's...
But nowhere does it say you have to have all 24 hours.
Well, okay.
Where does it say that?
This is my literalist friend, Mr. Ralph. This is my literalist friend. He said that he would be, Jesus said, he would be in the heart of the earth for 3 days and 3 nights, like Jonah was in the heart or the
So
belly of the
that's
fish for 3 days and 3 nights.
24-hour
That's
days.
3 24-hour days.
He didn't say a full 3 days and 3. If you go to a park on Sunday, do you say, oh, I went to the park on Sunday, or do you say, oh, I went to the park for 2 hours on Sunday out of the day? It wasn't the whole day, just so everyone knows.
This is great.
This is good.
I'm with you, but that's the whole point. It's not literal.
I mean, it's literal. He was in the grave on Sunday,
Yeah.
but he was also out of the grave Sunday morning.
But so in the Greek, so here's, I'll just throw this out. This is what I've studied over the years. In the Greek, there's something known as an idiom, and it's exactly what you just said, Ralph. An idiom is a description of something that would describe something in the sense of its wholeness, but only be like a part of it. So, for instance, like you said, if I said I was going to go to the park on Monday, or I was going to be at the park all day Monday, but I got there at 9 in the morning, I was there till 5 at night. When I said all day Monday, I wasn't there all 24 hours. I was just there during the time that I was, there, and so I just referred to it as all day. So the same thing when he said he would be in the grave for 3 days and then raised again. He was in the grave on Friday, he was in there on Saturday, and he was in there for part of Sunday. So technically, if you wanted to say he was in the grave 3 days, you would say that. That's known as an idiom in the Greek. So that's the best thing. Now, there are people who will try to create the whole Thursday schematic, and even they'll go back as far as Wednesday and try to create this thing so they can get a literal 24 hours him being in the grave.
Yeah.
I don't think we need to do that. I don't think we need to be that particular about it.
Well, I bring this up for our atheist friends or anybody who's a non-believer who wants to say that obviously the Bible's not literal. And really what it is just the non-desire to participate in God's framework.
Yeah. You just don't
And
want to
that's
submit.
okay.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Yeah. If you don't want to submit to
Because
God,
God will let you rot in hell.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
I don't think you'll rot, actually.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Burn.
And like you said downstairs, does the 3 days matter?
No. I don't think so.
Yeah.
I'm more worried about the Easter bunny infecting the day than worrying about 3 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ralph, how do you feel about Easter egg hunts? Do you think that's okay for Christians?
I don't think. You know how I feel. It all depends on your heart, as always. Like, if you're just going out, and I know you don't agree with this, but if you're just going out and you're going to get candy or whatever, and they know that the whole thing is about Jesus and his resurrection, I don't think it does any harm. Just like the church trunk or treat things that they do, or whatever they call it, toy day or something. I don't know. But like, I also put Christmas trees up. Like, I don't think it's a big deal, because where your heart is what matters. And if you're, raising a Christmas tree or worshiping fertilization with rabbits, then you're in a whole lot more, problems than you need to worry about. But if you're focusing on Jesus Christ's resurrection or his birth, like, I think it's all about the heart, as it is with everything with God.
Yeah.
But isn't the Christmas tree Christian?
Mm-mm.
Didn't you say it's Martin Luther saw the stars and the...
Luther did.
Yeah.
As far as the Christian version of the Christmas tree, Luther was one of the first guys. He was walking home from a revival meeting, saw the stars through the pine trees in the woods, and goes, wow, that's pretty. Went and got a tree and hung candles on it.
Yeah.
That's not a fire hazard,
No,
just so you know.
it was a green
that's what
tree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's where from my understanding, that's where the first Christmas tree came from.
It's directly related to the maypole.
The maple tree?
Maypole, MAY space POLE.
Which is a deity, like an
Hey.
idol.
It's a pagan celebration. It's in Germany as well. Every town still has one if you go through, and they do maypole festivals in May.
Well, have you ever thought about cutting those down? Because the prophets in the Old Testament were told to cut that stuff down.
No, I used to take pictures of them.
Jeez.
You should Google it real quick and share it with us, Jimmy.
Google it. Look
hey,
at you over here wanting me to Google stuff.
Hey Siri, can you explain to me what the maypole is?
Okay, I found this on the web for explain to me what the maypole is. Check it out.
Oh, it's shoes. Who knew?
Every
No, do
year.
maypole in Germany.
Every year on May
Expensive.
1st, dancers weave ribbons around a maypole But why? Well, every year you can celebrate the first day of May by watching dancers weave ribbons around a maypole. This tradition dates back to centuries, is as woven into origin theories of the ribbons themselves. So what is the history of the maypole? Well, the tradition spans multiple regions, with historical tracing it to Rome, Western Europe, India, Latin America, and North Africa. Historians may disagree on where and when it first
I saw
truce,
this
but
on this was on Cinderella. They danced around one of these.
Oh, that's perfect. That's probably at Disney right there. Oh no, that's German.
Cinderella.
Over time, the tradition likely spread and served as a celebration of spring or midsummer in Scandinavia.
Scandinavia.
Pagan rituals in Germany around the 13th century.
There it is.
I think it looks like a festive event.
They're always festive events.
I don't see anything wrong with this.
No, men in green outfits and ladies. Yeah.
That's called Lederhosen and Drindles. My goodness.
Ralph.
The ignorance.
Ralph. Do they have beer at this event?
Of course.
Well,
German.
these are just people having fun.
German.
Hey, I've been to them.
And they have Wiener Schnitzel.
Wiener Schnitzel.
Hey, real quick, not to throw us off track, but Ralph, what's that stuff we cooked a long time ago, that beef where we cooked it all day long in the cream sauce?
Ram Schnitzel.
Ram Schnitzel, that's it. That stuff was amazing. And then we made homemade spatzel, remember that?
Yes, I do. That was a good time.
That was nice. Because that stuff cooks for like, what, 8 hours or something? How long did we cook that?
Yeah, about 8 hours.
Man, that was good stuff, man. The meat was just like butter. And a cream sauce over that spatzel. Oh, so good.
Mushrooms.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. He had tons of mushrooms in it. Yeah. So any other comments on there about the 3 days and 3 nights?
He rose before sunrise Sunday. Quote, days and nights, quote. 3 days does matter. Why does it happen on Friday matter?
Is that from your dad? Or
No,
Dave?
this is David. He's saying 3 days is what matters. On Friday is not what matters.
Okay. All right.
I don't. You can have it, Dave.
I would say give it whatever you want. The fact that a man was crucified on a cross.
I mean, unless you want to have the literal.
Right.
Everything has to be literal.
Right.
But then, my favorite go round is the 1,000 days. 1,000 days is a year or day or
a day. Yeah.
Yeah, a day is 1,000 years. Yeah.
When it comes to God.
I need to correct my error, by the way.
Yeah.
So Monday, Thursday, I was like, wait a second, we never actually talk because we still have Good Friday. Monday, Thursday is, or Holy Thursday, is the day during Holy Week that commemorates the washing of the feet, the Last Supper of Jesus Christ with his apostles, and it's described in the canonical Gospels. It is the 5th day of the Holy Week, preceded by Holy Wednesday and followed by Good Friday. So they still, even in the Lutheran faith, they still go over Good Friday. But I remember, I don't know if you've ever been to a Maundy Thursday service. It's actually really interesting. It's very dark. Everything's they have the lights off for the service, and obviously that represents, what's about to happen. And then Sunday's all about light.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it's interesting.
Yeah.
I've been to a few.
Which one do they sing dreidel, dreidel, dreidel?
That's the Jewish one.
Okay.
Hanukkah? I'm pretty sure it's Hanukkah.
Hanukkah.
Yeah.
So even they're not saying it's Thursday either.
So I just want to pull this up. For instance, in Esther 4:16, Esther says, "Go assemble all the Jews who are found in Susa and fast on my behalf. Don't eat and don't drink for 3 days, night or day. My female attendants and I will also fast in the same way. Afterward, I will go to the king, even though it violates the law." And then in Esther 5:1, let me pull that up. Hold on. In Esther 5:1, Sorry, I couldn't pull it up from that version. Esther 5:1. Now it came about on the third day that Esther put on her royal robes and stood in the inner court of the king's palace in front of the king's rooms, and the king was sitting on his royal throne in the throne room opposite the entrance to the palace. So notice she comes to him on the third day, but it's not the end of the third day. So again, this is just this idea of this concept of an idiom, or this concept where we're explaining it as 3 days, but it doesn't necessarily mean it has to be a 24-hour period.
Days.
Yeah.
So 3 days don't matter at all.
Well, it matters in the sense that he said he would be in there 3 days, but it doesn't matter in the sense that he didn't clarify that I will be in there
hours.
for 72 hours specifically. Yeah.
So if I don't eat breakfast and lunch, and I'm like, man, I've eaten for 3 days.
Right.
I'm allowed to get away with that?
Yep.
Okay. Done and done. My fasts are 3 days long.
Yeah. Well. Now, in that case, if you do say you fast for 3 days, you should go 72 hours, I think.
Okay.
That'd be wise. So, all right. Well, I think we killed that one. I think we know that it does matter as far as Jesus said it would be 3 days, but the idea of 3 days is not necessarily
how we
72
get
hours.
the exact 3 days.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Any other comments there, Matt, or you guys got any other thoughts on that? Because now I want to go to the whole concept of Good Friday, if we can.
Let's go to the concept of Good Friday, Brian.
All right. So what we were talking with the kids is really interesting because what we call good, most people would call devastating, horrific, all kinds of words to describe what happened in Mel Gibson's movie, The Passion, or what happened 2,000 years ago. Mel Gibson did actually, he took a lot of liberty at making it look almost probably worse than it was. In The Passion of the Christ, I remember watching it the first time and seeing him being whipped, and then whipped again with objects that just ripped his flesh wide open, which we know that happened when they did whip because they had bone fragments and metal fragments in their whips and those kind of things. However, when I watched it the second time, and one of the reasons I watched it the second time was I really wanted to count, but the Roman custom was when you whipped someone, you would whip them 40 minus 1. So you would count to 40, but when you would get close, you would minus 1 so that you did not go over 40. So usually it was 39 times you'd be whipped. Now in that movie, he was actually hit 72 times in that movie. So he took some real liberty at making it worse than, not that it wasn't horrible, but it made it look really.
It didn't say how many times he was whipped.
Are you even a Christian, bro?
Even though
Are you even Christian, bro?
Even though it was probably their custom to whip him 39 times, it doesn't mean that they only whipped him 39 times.
They would if they were doing it the way the Roman custom was, they would have done that because that was proper.
You don't think he was taken out back and beaten a little before?
He was beat. Yeah, he was.
What do
beaten
you
all
think?
night.
These are Chicago cops?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He was beaten all night long. His beard was plucked out.
He's
He had a
probably
crown
whipped
of
more
thorns.
than 72 times.
Like,
beat
they
on the
have
head.
they have him by the neck, and when they put him in the car, they whack his head on the roof. Boom.
Well, here's what's interesting. We look at this and we think, oh man, they had to have done that. He was still a human being. A human being. If you watch The Passion of the Christ, a human being does not carry a cross up the Mount of Golgotha and still be coherent with losing
That much blood.
as much blood and as much body parts as he lost in that movie. He's still a human being. I know he's God in the flesh, but he was still human. Now, I'm not taking away from that. I'm just saying that he took liberty. But the reason I bring that up is that it was a horrific death. So why then do we call it Good Friday? And I think that's interesting, like, to think about, because what he did for us was exactly what we were supposed to get.
it was the day we were set free.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's why it's good for us.
Yeah.
Maybe Mel Gibson wanted to stress or emphasize on what he went through.
Oh, he definitely did.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah. I
And-
just think you got to be careful when you take too much liberty on some of that stuff. But it is true. Yeah, he did. He wanted to stress that.
It's the whole thing too. Like, I would like to. I would like to know what Jesus was like in the moments in between the words, like when he was tent making or carpentering. You know, like, would he be like, "Peter, you're a numbskull. Shut up." You know, or did he say anything? Did he talk? Or was he like we are all in the day to day, like, you know, bring me nails, you ding dong. You know, where are you at? Why is it taking so long?
Right.
You know?
Oh,
As he flicks out his Marlboro.
Yeah,
It probably-
that's
yeah.
what I'm saying.
oh, I'm thinking it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking for these soldiers, it was very casual. They had done this over.
No,
and
no, no, no,
over.
no. I'm talking about Jesus in between the words.
Oh,
Yeah, like what what did their day to day life look like?
yeah. Right. Right.
Because one of the things that we forget about, and tell me if I'm changing the subject too much, he had to work. Mm-hmm. He had an occupation.
Yeah.
So he was working and teaching and traveling.
You mean Jesus?
Yeah.
Once he started his ministry, he didn't work.
You don't think he worked?
No, he was actually supported by the women, according to John or Luke's gospel. I think I can't remember which one, but there was women that actually supported his ministry those last 3 years. All he did was preach the gospel those last 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he did work before then, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what I hear you saying, Brian, is if we are supposed to live like Jesus lived, we should be supported by women. I like it.
Yeah. It's good. It's good.
Can't wait to tell my wife when she gets home.
Yeah, let her know that. It's a good bit of information, biblical information.
See what she says.
Actually,
See
what
how that goes.
I was trying to get at was
Mike
the
said
word.
that last night, remember?
Yeah. Was the word good, that we call this Good Friday. And when you think about it, like we're going to have a Good Friday service this evening, and everything we're going to talk about is terrible. Like everything that he went through is terrible. But we call it good because, like Matt said, man, he set us free that night. And I just wanted to bring up this a couple years ago. I think I heard a Chuck Swindoll sermon. And do you realize the picture when Jesus was called to take the place of Barabbas? So they said, we're going to let Barabbas go, who's a murderer, and Jesus is going to die in his place. That literally was the picture of Jesus dying for every human being on the earth. Jesus died so that we could be set free. And that's a story like no other. There is no story in history like that story. Not one. So I think that's, I mean, obviously that's why we call
That is
it good.
pretty cool.
So that's why we call it good.
Good Friday.
Good-
It's
good
who you are.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's who you are.
And this is what's really bad is sometimes I get it mixed up with Black Friday. And I'm not even being funny. I do. I'll be like, April, we got to go. It's Black Friday. And she's like, Brian, it's Good Friday. I'm like, I'm sorry, that's Thanksgiving. So
We got, listen, we have to get to Best Buy while the TVs are on sale.
that's right. So anything else? We were just going to kind of talk around the resurrection, around the crucifixion. Is there anything else we want to throw out there that's misgivings that people might have problems with or issues with? The 3-day thing, we put that to rest. It's not really a problem unless, like Matt said, if you don't want to believe, it doesn't matter how much evidence we give you.
Yeah,
You're
it
not
doesn't
gonna believe.
matter. You'll find something else.
I gotta throw out that Mel Gibson is making a Lethal Weapon 5.
You
I
told
have
me
heard
last
that.
night.
Yeah, I have heard that.
I definitely want to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't imagine, but here we go.
I do think though he'll have a rosary in there in this one.
He's Catholic?
Yeah.
Traditional Catholic.
Vatican I or Vatican.
Yeah.
I think so.
They think the Pope has abdicated his papacy.
Do you know Ralph has not blinked his eyes? There it is.
you go. He really is a robot.
He is. Ralph, are you a Mel Gibson fan or a Lethal Weapon fan?
Yeah, he's all right.
Got smoker.
Dude's a boss.
Man,
He's
good.
just all right. Have you seen Payback?
I like Bruce Willis in Die Hard a little bit more than Lethal Weapon.
Really? I kinda
Also a
see
good
Bruce
pick,
Willis as
but I don't know if it's as good.
Which one?
Have you
Brand?
seen Payback?
I believe so.
Oh, it's one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
I just love Lethal Weapons, all of them.
What's the other one? Braveheart.
Oh, that's good.
Braveheart's good.
Patriot's good.
It's okay.
So inaccurate though, Braveheart.
It's not.
No.
He didn't
Go
moon
to
those
Scotland.
people.
Tell the
We're gonna
Scottish
get this
people
from
that
our.
like
We're gonna get this
Braveheart,
from
they
our.
can slap you.
Hold on. I want to introduce Ralph Hirschberger, our Irish German historian. Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead. Tell us why that's not true.
First off, it's Scotland, not Irish.
Whatever.
Secondly, I'm not
Whatever.
an Irish or Scottish historian, but I've been to Scotland, and the Scottish people hate Braveheart because they make man, what's his name right now? Who's the guy that worked with William Wallace that they made look like a weak king?
Cornwall.
Rudy.
No, on the Scottish side. And in the end, he decides to fight after William Wallace is dead. You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Iron Shanks. He had long. They
Oh.
had names for all that stuff.
Anyway, I can't remember his name right now. Anyway, so basically that guy was actually the one who came up with all the really good ideas, like the tacticians of like putting all the oil in the fields and waiting for him to come over. He's the one that came with the double spear, like the double what are those big pieces of wood, pikes?
Yeah.
He's the one that came up with that idea for the horses, like the double length ones. And so all the fighting tacticians are like, oh, William Wallace was so smart. No, it was actually the other guy that they made look weak, and he actually never betrayed William Wallace. So I can't remember his name right now. I don't have my phone on me. But
William the Gentile.
Sir William Renfro. No.
Like
he
Renfrew
was like the
Forest.
prince who became the first king of Scotland. Anyway, in the movie they did make him look real weak and like he betrayed William Wallace, but he was actually like the real star of the show. William Wallace was just like a big dude. I went to the castle in Stirling and I actually saw William Wallace's sword there. It was pretty big. He was like twice the size of most other people in that time.
He was a giant. In the
Yeah, maybe he was a Nephilim.
He's a Nephilim.
No, he was like 7 feet or something. Everyone else was like 5 feet back then.
Did he have 6 fingers?
So he
I
probably
don't
was.
know.
He probably was a giant then. I mean, I'm gonna say he was Nephilim.
He was Nephilim. He was a
Man,
man.
someone Google that guy's name. I can't
of, a
remember who
man
that
of
guy
great
was.
renown.
I'm trying to find him, but I can't, Ralph. I don't know how to.
All right.
What would he
Hold
be
on, I got-
called?
Who are you just telling people to Google when? Do you have a phone? Come on, Ralph. You Google.
I don't have my phone on me, but I got a computer. I just can't see you guys now.
Like ordering people around to Google.
Lethal Weapon 1 was 87.
Wow, that is old. I'm old.
Back to the Future one was 1985.
With Michael J. Fox.
Robert the Bruce.
Robert the Bruce.
Duh, Bruce.
Robert the Bruce.
Like it, duh, Bruce.
Well, you know, this is true in most things. Like, for instance, just saying, okay? Most of the time, Kamala Harris comes up with the good ideas, and Joe Biden gets the credit for it, if you think about it.
Yep. I can see the parallels there.
It makes sense. This is just how things go in life.
I think that if we sleep with all of them, they'll listen to us.
It's possible.
Not that I would know, because that's how I built my career.
That's right. So let's go to China.
Just bed down everyone.
Yes.
Come on, Joe, get on board.
Call your son.
Have
So,
him,
hey,
have
so
him bring his Coke and his
on a-
computers.
On a lighter note, $43 billion has been offered by Elon Musk to buy Twitter. Have you
How
seen that?
awesome is this?
43 billion.
He is the majority shareholder. He
Yes,
bought
he
9%
bought-
of the
yeah.
company earlier this week.
And now he's telling them that he's going to be out if they don't let him have the whole company, right? Let him buy the whole company. Is that the gig? But now the government is putting. They're looking and going, hey, we might not overlook some of the things that you've been doing in your other businesses, or we're gonna do this, or
We don't think we like that they keep people quiet. Yeah. No, it's all stinkeroonie.
it's a
This
shame.
is a 30-second thing.
30-second thing.
Now, do you wish like you had a third term? And I used to say, you know what? If I could make an arrangement where I had a stand-in, a front man or front woman, and they had an earpiece in, and I was just in my basement in my sweats, looking through the stuff, and then I could sort of deliver the lines, but somebody else was.
That is
doing all
hilarious.
the talking and ceremony. I'd be fine with that.
Ralph, you can't see this, but
Did you see that in the camera?
No.
He's given that little diatribe if he had a front man and they slide Joe Biden's picture in front of his head. Brock's face.
That's good. That's funny.
Are we picking on your president? I'm sorry. He's from California. We have to be sensitive.
All right. Well, we don't want
Bro, I'm not a Democrat.
What?
I just don't think Trump's the savior either, man.
I agree with that.
How do they leave you in California?
I don't teach my little kids propaganda about how Trump's gonna be the next president. And he's the savior of the world.
I don't either.
Right. I wasn't there for that. That's right.
Listen, you have to understand, like, it's just who we're voting for that they get behind. They're too young to have it all figured
Well,
out.
apparently they think they're voting, and I don't think that they're going to be accepted at the poll.
They might.
Why not be? Why not be? Do you have many other people shouldn't be, and they're there?
I was gonna say, at the rate we're going, they may get infants to vote.
Well, I'm not propagandizing my children, Ralph. They just.
I don't believe you for a second. You know, if you're from Ohio, you're just as likely to be a right wing crazy as you are to be a left wing crazy in California.
Wow.
A right wing crazy. What? I don't. What is
Yes.
that? What is a right wing
You
crazy?
take politics way too far, and you think that they're going to solve all the issues if you vote Republican.
What's a left wing crazy?
Same thing, but with a Democrat.
Oh, I thought it was that they smoked marijuana.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's not even crazy.
All right, so let's just go back one more thing.
I think Ralph's just jealous because our state house
Mm-hmm.
just voted that you can walk around carrying guns
for Ohio.
for Ohio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are banning.
I'm a libertarian. I'm all for that.
Sure, Ralph.
They are
But I'm not
banning
going to throw out the
80s.
baby with the bathwater and be like, "It's our savior. We should worship him."
No, neither am I. What's that?
80% lowers and all that. They're taking those away August 9th.
Taking them away?
That's the plan.
You're not allowed to have them?
Right.
Who is?
They're voting that in.
State of
August 9th.
Ohio?
The whole country.
Oh, that's Joe Biden stuff.
Joe Biden stuff.
Yeah, but there'll be lawsuits. Don't worry about that.
I don't know. This one's pretty strong.
What are they going to do? They're going to take away something that you have?
So those 80% lowers, like I was talking to you about building an AR,
Oh, yeah.
and they're gonna try to take away that stuff.
Gotcha.
Or I think
They're not going to be able to confiscate it. Do you have any idea how many of those exist already?
Yeah, but if you have it, you become a felon instantly overnight.
Nah, they won't. They can't. It won't happen. It will not happen. It will not happen.
Mark his words here. It's going to happen.
I don't know.
They're going to march in the streets the second they try and do something like that. Yeah.
With those guns. And then they'll take them.
Yeah. In fact, to throw it in their face, you will be shot with one of those guns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so just to get back, he froze up. Unless that's the robot part.
He's
robot.
He's high.
See, he talks about smoking stuff, and then look what happens to him. Oh, Ralph.
Oh, Ralph. He's
So once we get
You
it
know,
back
I can
on-
still hear you, right?
Oh, crud. Good thing I didn't say anything too bad.
Right.
All right, you're back, Ralph. You're back.
Our favorite.
I know.
Our
I just had to
favorite.
turn my camera on and off. I think it's my computer. My computer's old.
Our favorite left coast liberal, as he says, is back.
We'll get you a new.
Libertarian.
We will get you a new computer someday, Ralph.
No, you won't. No, you won't.
Probably not. So back to the resurrection. Oh, go ahead, Ralph. You had something.
Oh, no, I wanted to talk about weed.
Well, we can. I don't. Were you gonna say like it might have helped instead of the vinegar that they gave Jesus?
Yeah,
Is that what you're gonna
yeah,
try to say?
for sure.
David
No.
Miller,
So
Conspiracy Theory
here's
is a
one
good
thing I
movie
don't get
by Mel Gibson.
with conservatives and I will say a lot of like true Christians that are actually like going to church. They're so anti-pot, but then they're doing like homeopathic medicine and all these other things that are natural. Like I don't
Tylenol,
know.
ibuprofen.
Well, yeah, I would actually say marijuana is probably better for Tylenol. Tylenol destroys your liver.
I would agree.
Like
I don't know.
so, I mean, I don't smoke it mainly because I'm in the army and because it's legal here in California. But
Too strong nowadays.
if I felt like it was gonna help, like I got all that knee pain, I'd rather take that over some of the stuff that they give you in the doctor's office.
Yeah.
I think
That's
it's like
all.
I think
I
it's
just
like
think
I think
too
it's like
harsh on
anything
it.
else. It just messes up a different area. Like they're saying,
Yeah.
like alcohol, it affects the brain with like your memory. You start to lose
And
it.
I think it's like everything else too. Like if you're taking it to get high, then you're definitely not using it the way God intended. But if you're taking it as medicine and you're doing it with moderation for a purpose,
They
I
should
think it's
put-
acceptable.
Yeah.
They should put on the side of the dispensary, use as God intended.
Why not?
Because they put that with doctors.
Yeah.
Doctors don't know nothing.
They don't.
God knows, though.
That's true. All right. 2 more quick things.
Okay.
Number 1, did Jesus actually die on the cross? The Quran tells us that he only appeared to die. Many people have theories that he didn't actually die on the cross, that it was somebody in his place, that actually somebody switched roles with him and actually died in his place. There are others who think that after they pulled him down, they somehow fixed his wounds up and were able to, resuscitate him and help him bring back life. Why would you say, what kind of proofs or evidence would you give to somebody that he truly was dead, that he died on the cross? Any thoughts?
Well, I thought that's why they stabbed him at the end.
Okay, that's it.
In the rib.
That's a good one, because when they came by, according to the gospel, when they came by, they didn't have to break his legs. So 2 reasons, that fulfilled prophecy, because it said not a bone in his body would be broken.
And people witness him speaking.
Okay, so people witnessed him speaking.
And they probably know his voice.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And his disciples were there. But that's a good one, too. But Matt's one where they stab him in the side, John clearly describes in the Gospel of John that blood and water poured out. And doctors...
That's what our body does when it's done.
Water begins to go around the lungs and the heart and the pericardium, I think, in the heart. And so if he would have been stabbed in that area, then blood and water would have come out, which is interesting that John writes blood and water came out.
Mm-hmm.
So this would be the sign that he was dying or that he died. The other thing is this, that when you take a dead body down, rigor mortis, according to coroners, sets in really quick. So his body would have become stiff and cold, probably would have bruised up fairly good. And when they wrap a body, it doesn't take like 30 seconds and then he's in the tomb. To wrap a body takes a long time because they coat it in these spices and these different aromatic things, and then they wrap again, and so they have layers of this wrap. And from my understanding, from one person I was listening to one time, it's up to like 100 pounds of this stuff wrapped around the body.
So it don't
individual.
stink.
Yeah, that's part of it, so it doesn't stink. So by the time they got through all that stuff, don't you think somewhere along the line Jesus would have been like, hey, this is tight. This is way too tight.
Hey, guys, I can't take the smell of this stuff.
Yeah.
And that Shroud of Turin, I think it is super interesting.
Yeah.
You know, I got mixed feelings about it, but it is interesting.
Right. Yeah. So I think there's some good evidence, to just basic good evidence to say that he did die on the cross. Anything else that you want to share, Ralph, or any of you other guys, Matt, Brandon?
No.
I I think you either want, like we started the show, sans children. I think you either want to believe and you allow yourself to have Jesus take over your life, or you deny him.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
And that's why, even Rick Warren can have people get saved in his ministry.
Right.
See what I did there?
Yeah, you did.
Or Joel Osteen.
Or Joe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Kenneth Copeland.
Or
Yeah.
Kenneth Copeland.
His eyes are so blue.
Yeah, he looks like he is possessed by Satan.
Yeah.
But
Tell me.
don't you tell me. Gotta fly my new jet.
Gulfstream.
But I you it's your heart and your choice and your decision, and that's what this season's for. Is knowing who the God of the universe is, that he had a plan of redemption through his son that you can take advantage of. Yep. You either want it or you don't.
Yep. And the sad thing is that a lot of people don't.
A lot of people don't.
Well, that's my plan for Sunday morning, is to go through just a couple of the arguments and then just leave it with people and say, would this be enough for you to at least investigate who Jesus truly is? Because if it's true, you've got eternity to think about.
Yeah.
Like forever.
Well.
So we'll see. We'll see if anybody budges on that. I'm hoping that they do. That door just opened. I'm gonna go check that real quick because your kids are out there.
No. I think we're getting. I think our piano player is bringing our piano back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
I think we're gonna be okay here.
Okay. That's one.
My children will scream loud.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. I've taught them to stab under the third rib.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And kick in the middle area.
Right.
Yeah.
Thumbs to the eyeballs.
Thumbs to eyeballs is good.
You go right inside next to the bridge of the nose. You go on the inside.
Boom.
And push that, and then push outward.
That sucker is coming out.
Yeah.
You learned that in the military, Ralph?
No, we learned to fight like men.
That's pretty good.
Oh, you punch each other until someone actually goes down.
If we don't learn a whole lot of hand to hand because you're in a lot of trouble if you're already that desperate. But we do like meleeing with our weapons as without bullets, and we do Brazilian jiu-jitsu for ground fighting.
If it goes to the ground, you're in trouble.
Right, like if you're actually in a war zone where you're out of bullets and you're fighting hand to hand, that's a pretty rare situation.
Pretty grave situation.
Yeah. But if you had what if you had a survival knife like Rambo? Do you think you could take at least 100 soldiers out?
Never in my best day, but especially not now.
Okay, gotcha. All right. Because I'm telling you, those fighters over there, those guerrilla warfare fighters, those people know how to fight, right? They don't
where?
Yeah,
they
over
don't mess
where?
around. All those places, all those places that we don't know about because we live in Middlefield and Farmington and Burton. So all those places where those people fight over there.
Over there.
They really know how to get you. They can really get you.
Come on, literal Ralph.
You know what I'm saying?
There's some guerrilla warfare places we still kind of interact with. Yeah,
okay.
I mean, I guess.
All right, but even like the Islamist terrorists, they're trained in like lethal killing stuff too. I've seen some of their training stuff on YouTube. It's pretty intense.
You should watch some of their training footage. That's funny.
Oh,
because
really?
It's really bad. Yeah, there's some funny ones out there too.
Can we try to find one, Matt?
What are we trying to find?
What would we look up, Ralph, to find?
I don't know. Just do like funny terrorist training videos.
Funny terrorist training videos.
So,
is this?
That's on Channel 5. Isn't that hosted by the black guy from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? Funniest training videos? Terrorist training videos?
You mean Will Smith?
No, the other guy.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Grammys.
The guy who played Carlton.
Oh yeah, he's hilarious.
Yeah.
I used to love that guy. Yeah, I don't know what he's doing now, but we could look him up sometime. But we're gonna close out here with this is funny terrorist training videos. Now, Ralph, are you gonna Are you going to at least sign off on a document that says we're not going to have any bad language or anything going on in this video?
No, I don't even know what you're looking up. All I was about to say is like I've usually when you see stuff, you see like stuff that's supposed to be intimidating on the news.
Yeah.
But like I've seen some videos, like actually when I was over there, when we were doing like watching their capabilities,
Yeah.
and they look like children. They don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Do you want to do Navy SEAL critiques ISIS training video?
No, that looks too real.
What
That's
about
not
the one
funny.
where they shoot that rifle?
Oh, Arabs throwing rocks?
Yeah.
Look that
You should
up.
actually do videos of them shooting AKs. That'd be even funnier.
What about the ISIS bloopers? But that doesn't. That looks like that might be not good fit for kids.
Matt,
What?
just do one of them shooting AKs. Because when they shoot, if you're gonna get hit, it's gonna be the first shot. The rest of them are all up in the air. They just like hold the trigger and it just keeps on going up, and they're way off. I don't know.
I don't know how to hold.
I don't know what
full
you can find
auto.
on Google, but
That's not it. I don't think that's it. Do
Well, I'm really worried about what we're gonna say.
all right. I'll tell you what. Do why Arabs throw rocks.
Yeah.
Where's that at?
Just go ahead and type in why Arabs throw rocks.
I've never seen this one. What's this one?
Oh, this is old, but it's funny.
Shooting a T-Rex, they call that rifle. Yeah, the second one.
This one?
Yep.
You won't be able to see this, Ralph.
No. I'll be able to see.
Oh dear!
واقف يا جماعة وين الباب؟
Watch, it keeps going.
مش هاب
Look at the
وين
crack.
الباب؟
Right here.
Watch this one.
Oh dear!
بعدني ماسكنا هالمسكة وبعدين
White paper. There. Aim in the middle of the paper.
This is called T-Rex.
That is for real.
Did you see in the first one he cracked that, shattered that window of the door?
He at least held on to it. What caliber is that?
I mean, I don't know. Right here.
This guy's going. Oh
I mean, that has to hurt.
man. Oh yeah, they got a nice bruise on there.
I think that's bad words.
I think it was. We might want to call it a day. So it is. We're about out, right? Yeah, we're about out. So, well, wish Nathan
Hold on,
good
I got
luck.
you.
What's that?
I got you for a second. You ready?
Yeah. Wait a
Maybe.
minute. You're not up.
Hold on.
Hold on. We're gonna get you up. All right.
All right.
All right. How do you share screen on here again? There we go. Just has to open.
This is.
Can you see this?
Yeah, that's fine. No.
There we go.
Yes.
There we go. We can
There
see
we
it.
go.
Unmute. Come on.
I don't think we can hear it. Can we hear it, gentlemen?
No.
That's all right, though,
There's
right?
no sound. Yeah.
What are they doing? Trying to load it?
Got the old under folder.
Oh my goodness.
I wonder if he ended up shooting that other dude that was holding the camera.
Oh, come on, that was funny.
That was good. That was good. All right, so all you people that are out there listening or that will listen, we call this Good Friday because
Good Friday.
Jesus suffered in our place so that we might be forgiven of our sins and have an eternal relationship with him forever in the goodness of who he is. And you don't want to miss out on that. So if you're at all persuaded, I would investigate the claims of who Jesus is, because you will find out that not only is he the creator of the universe, but he is the only God, the only story known to love us enough to give his life and to die in our place so that we could have life with him forever. So
he has the only plan where you don't work your way to heaven.
That's right. Yeah, that's true too. Yep, definitely.
Okay.
Ralph, it's good seeing you today.
Later. Nice seeing you guys.
Have a good Easter if we don't see you.
I'll see you on Easter.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you will. That's right. We're having Good Friday service tonight too. We'll probably broadcast it. So if you're not doing anything, 8:00.
I got plans tonight, but I might watch you gonna have it recorded?
Yeah, it'll probably be on there live. Yeah, it'll come back. Yeah, you can play it. All right, cool.
All right. Peace out, yo.
Later.
Later, B.
Go ahead. You finish out your thought.
Well, we got an error report.
Oh, hello. Did you like what you see today? Well, click the link below and hit subscribe. We would appreciate your followership. Have a great day.